The Liberal Party has a problem with women. Not that that should be a surprise to any of us. Not just with attracting them as voters, but with respecting them inside the party itself. And while that might sound like old news, the history of how they got there tells us something shocking. Because once upon a time, the Liberals were actually the party for women. So we need to ask ourselves what happened. And why are commentators like Rowan Dean now calling for Susan Lee's resignation, just as she's trying to fix the problem? It's no secret that the Liberals have built a reputation for a toxic, blokey culture. We've heard the headlines, and I quote, big swinging dick politics, underrepresentation of women and a steady exodus of female voters. But here's the twist. It wasn't always this way. In fact, for much of the 20th century, women outnumbered men in their support for the Liberal Party. That's right. Let's get it right and understand it. Women weren't just voters for the Liberal Party. They were part of its foundation. Back in 1944, Robert Menzies created the Liberal Party, and he didn't do it alone. He relied heavily on Australia's Women National League. This is an organisation that was designed to help women, to better understand who women were, and to help women to become a conservative force within the Liberal Party. It was the largest conservative women's organisation of its time, and it deserves to be recognised for such. Its chair was Elizabeth Couchman, negotiated structural equality for women inside the new party. This wasn't tokenism. It was raw political power. And why they didn't call it quotas back then, that's essentially what it was. A deliberate system to make sure women had equal influence. So the Liberals of the mid-20th century could proudly say, we are the party of women. Now, we fast forward to the John Howard years. That's where the party began to, make its ideological turn, shifting away from women's issues and doubling down on conservative, male-centric politics. Childcare, gender equality, these weren't priorities. Instead, culture wars and blokey rhetoric stood centre stage. And the result? A gradual decade-long collapse in support for women. By now, it's not just a demographic weakness. It's an existential threat and a crisis. Today, women inside the party talk openly about harassment, bullying, and being sidelined. The big swinging dick culture isn't just a crude nickname, it's a reflection of who holds the power and who doesn't. The Liberals have lost dozens of seats in recent elections, as much of us know, and much of that loss is tied directly to female voters walking away. From Tilt independents in the cities to Labor and the Greens, women are finding other voices that represent them. Now, here comes Susan Lee. As Deputy Leader, she's one of the few who's actually tried to confront the crisis. She's floated the idea of gender quotas, not as some radical feminist agenda, but as a practical solution. History shows quotas worked for the party before, so why not again? But rather than rallying around her, conservatives within the party and their cheerleaders in the media are sharpening their knives. Enter Rowan Dean. If you've watched Sky News, as you know I well and truly do, you know his style. It's snarky, smug, and allergic to anything that sounds like progress. Dean has called for Susan Lee to resign, not because she failed electorally, the Liberals' problem long predate her, but because she dared to suggest that women deserve a fair go inside the party. To Dean, quotas and diversity measures are woke poison. But let's be real. What he's saying is that the party should keep doing what it's been doing, ignoring women and hoping the voters magically return. It's like telling a sinking ship's captain, throw away the life jackets, they don't fit the decor. Dean's call for Lee's resignation is ideological, not strategic. If the Liberals follow his advice, they double down on being a party of angry men. But the hard truth is, angry men don't win majority governments. The Liberals can't govern from a shrinking male-only base. They need women, young people and urban voters. But if voices like Dean dominate, the Liberals will stay stuck in the past, a 1950s boys' club fading into irrelevance. Now, folks, here's the great irony. The Liberal Party was founded with women at its heart. They were pioneers, leaders, organisers. Today, the party treats females and women representation as a nuisance and female leaders as disposable. If Susan Lee is forced out because of commentators like Rowan Dean, it will only confirm what many already suspect. The Liberal Party is not serious about women. And until they fix that, they will continue to lose elections. One woman, one seat, and one generation at a time. What do you think? Can the Liberal Party ever fix its women's problem? Or are they destined to follow Rowan Dean's advice straight into political oblivion? I would like you to drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to The Tony Tocken Show, because holding political parties accountable is the first step in making them better.